Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Anil and welcome back for another video. In today's video, we're going to be comparing the iPhone 8 with the Samsung Galaxy J4 and see how much we've progressed in the kind of switch between Android and iOS. So before further ado, let's start the video. Alright, so the first thing which I think is to kind of equalize both of these phones in a matter of seconds, because we need a little bit of equality just to compare them. This is running on the latest version of iOS. Wait a second, is running on the latest version of iOS. Let me get that out for you a little bit. As you can see that this is running on iOS 13.4.1, which is the latest version of iOS, at least right now for official, not the beta version, because the beta version is actually half cooked. On this here we have got the Android 9.0, at least the highest version that Samsung is going to give you over here in a type of Android update. So as you can see, this is the official Android Pie over here. So both of these phones actually are running on their latest versions respectively. So this is what I want to show you for the first time. Alright, so this first comparison is going to be in 5 types of segments. So number 1 is the overall usability of the phone, number 2 is going to be the hardware, 3 software, 4th battery life, and then we've got the camera. So let's get on with the first segment, that is the overall usability. I think the overall usability is a little bit better with Android ecosystem, because it is a bit more open ecosystem. So when you are trying to edit an application or something, this phone is the one to go with, because I think editing is a little bit better with this phone. As you can see that I have already edited a ton of videos. So actually I am editing a video for the second channel, DSRF Entertainment. So this video was uploaded a little bit while ago. I recommend you to go watch it, and it is gonna be worth it. Okay, so it's time to come to the usability of the iPhone. I think the usability of the iPhone as a normal person is better, because I think it's a bit more easy to use, a bit more simple and straightforward operating system. But I think its performance is a bit better than the one on the Galaxy J4, because if you do a speed comparison between them, the Galaxy J4 has at least 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of storage and runs on the in-house chipset from Samsung. On the other hand, we've got the 3 gigs of RAM and A11 Bionic chip. Actually, fun fact, this is the same chip which runs on the iPhone X. So I think power and performance is not going to be a really big deal for the iPhone 8. On the other hand, the Galaxy J4 is a bit slower, but I think gets the job done. It can run PUBG, it can run, I think, heavy games and still sustaining the battery life. So I think I'm gonna give the win of usability to the Galaxy J4 rather than the iPhone 8. Alright, so it's time for the second segment, that is the hardware of the phone. I think Apple has always been the best in hardware, because their touch sensitive displays, 3D touch, and a little bit aluminium chassis with glass on the front and back. It's really cool, like unscratchable camera. This phone is actually IP67 water resistant, while at this time this is an IP55 water resistant, and it has a plastic body. So hardware, I think I am missing one thing over here, and that is the headphone jack. This phone has a headphone jack, while at the same time this phone does not have a headphone jack. But it just isn't just a big deal, like not a deal breaker for me. Coming on the screen size here is 4.7 inches, while this one has a 5.5 inches. This one is an AMOLED Super AMOLED display, while this is an OLED display with a, I don't know, pixel density of around 350, while this one is around 325. Overall, the screen of both of these phones are really cool, but I think when it comes to hardware, I think I'm gonna give it to the iPhone, because it has an aluminium back and front with glass on the back and front. So I think it has a lot of other things like Touch ID, which this phone really lacks in. It does not have a fingerprint scanner, but I think fingerprint scanner is pretty fast over here. Like if you can see, sometimes it lags a bit, but the overall fingerprint scanner is pretty cool. I think auto brightness is a real thing I'm not gonna use in this thing. But overall, the phone is pretty cool, and hardware goes to the iPhone, obviously. Alright, so it's time to come to the battery life. The battery life on the Galaxy J4 is pretty cool to see. It has a 3000 milliamp hours of battery. On this hand, we have a 1800 milliamp hours of battery, while at the same time it sustains the battery health a lot. So let me just get that out for you a little bit. We're just gonna go to settings, we're just gonna go to battery health, and there you can see it's 97%. So the battery is not a big deal, but I think I still find myself charging this phone on evening or something because battery just dies. The battery is not big enough for one day of use, at least for me. I also have a ton of screen time on this hand. I do a lot of editing and stuff, but while this phone sustains really good battery life, it's still 72%. I've been using it, been gaming on this phone since morning, and still 72%. On this hand, I think I haven't used it really nicely, and it's still 88%, so the battery dies a lot faster on the iPhone rather than the J4. So I think I'm gonna give the J4 as a battery champ over here, at least for me right now, because the iPhone hasn't actually tracked my usage patterns, at least right now. So I think when it tracks it, it's gonna optimize the battery accordingly. But right now, until this time, the Galaxy J4 has been better for me in terms of battery life. It's time for I think Android versus iOS kind of thing. So iOS is better, Android is better, I don't know. This is the time for the segment of software. So software on this is iOS 13.4. I showed you in the beginning of the video, while this one runs on the Android 9. But I think the software, when it comes to work, is better on Android side rather than iPhone. When it comes to normal usability, like when you want to watch YouTube or something, I think iOS is better than Android. So I think there are two types of people who use these two kind of different operating systems. So if you are the kind of person who wants to edit videos and gaming and stuff, I think Android is the one for you. But I think games are better optimized over here rather than the Android, but it has a small display. It's I think not gonna work out for editing because you have to import the videos from different sources, then you have to, I don't know, just go along with iOS, while in this case you just download the video and you're just good to go. That's it. So but the thing is, iOS is gonna get update for at least 2022 2023, so that's a big deal. On the other hand, Galaxy J4 was just released last year, and I think it's not gonna get the update of Android 10, so that's at least 1 yearly update. So it came with Android 8 pre-installed, and now it has Android 9. That's just one update, while on the other hand, the iPhone 8 just got the update of iOS 13.4.4, and it was officially released with iOS 11, so that's 2 years of update. Wait, no, it's 3 years of update, and it's still gonna get 2 years of update, so that makes 5 full years of update. So if you're planning to holding on to your phone, I'd recommend you to go with iOS. But if you're a person who works a lot and don't care about software updates, I think Android is the one for you. I'll actually let you decide to go which operating system would you choose. Let me know in the comment section below, and let's get on to the next segment. So it's time for the last segment. The last segment is the camera. The camera on both of these phones are good, but I think iPhone is the obvious winner over here because in here we've got a ton of options. So first things, it has the shutter of like blazing fast shutter. So this phone can do a lot of stuff that the Galaxy J4 is lacking, and I always wanted to have that kind of stuff on the Galaxy J4. When you go to the camera, it can record slow-mo, it can record 4K 60 FPS. The Galaxy J4 has nothing compared to 4K 60. So we can record 4K 60. It has auto HDR. It has a lot of built-in stuff, and the camera sensor is actually better and bigger over here, and it takes way better photos than the Galaxy J4. So we've got slow-mo, we've got time-lapse, and on the front side, when it comes over here, the front of the phone is pretty cool to see. So I think I'm just gonna get on with the video. The front of the phone is actually pretty cool, while over here we have got a lot of stuff. First thing, the camera takes tons of time to load. Then we've got a couple of things bad over here, is that the recording video size can at least be FHD, that is 1920, while at the same time keeping the frame rate at 30 FPS. So that's not 60 FPS, 30 FPS, no 4K, nothing like that. Well thing, this one has a front flash, this one does not have a front flash, but it doesn't need front flash because the camera is actually really bright, better on the iPhone, so it does not need a flash. While over here, this is not that much cool. Like, the camera is not the best over here, so I think camera goes obviously to the iPhone. So I think time to declare the overall winner. The overall winner in terms of overall usability, J4 won, so that's one score. In terms of hardware, this one won. Software, I'll just get it on to you. Battery life goes to J4, while at the same time the camera goes to the iPhone. Let me know. So I think these are 2 points for the iPhone, 2 points for the J4. The third point is gonna be on the basis of software. That depends on you, which basically means that you're gonna comment and I'll just declare a video. So let me know your thoughts on all this. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.